everyone, this is Karen.
Hi everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of chameleons.
The amazing rainbow reptiles.
And the vocabulary words are environment.
Environment.
Our school provides a safe learning environment for every student.
For everyone. Mood.
Mood.
Watching the news on TV usually puts me in a bad mood.
Aww. Display.
Display.
Some birds will spread their wings in a display of strength to possible mates.
Territory.
Territory.
The wolf marked its territory to keep other animals out.
Nearby.
Nearby.
A branch fell from a nearby tree, which gave me quite a scare.
Okay, so we mentioned last time that everyone knows chameleons are famous for being able to change colors.
Okay, let me guess. Is it because they're trying to hide themselves from the predator? So they don't want to be seen. No?
Wrong. It's more like the opposite.
What do you mean?
So when a chameleon, they change colors for different reasons.
Okay.
And one of them is because they want to show a potential predator or maybe a competitor that they are very strong or fierce. So they might change their color to a bright red or white or make themselves very obvious in order to intimidate a predator.
So it really depends on their mood.
They're showing you their mood.
That's why they're changing colors and not because they're really hiding from the predators.
Right.
Wow.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Because we're always taught that they're just trying to blend in.
Exactly.
But in fact, their natural color already blends in very well to a forest.
And I think they can actually run really, really fast. I think it's like 33 or 30-something kilometers per hour.
That's right.
So if they're so fast, I guess they don't have to worry too much about hiding, right?
Yeah, they can just run away.
You are right.
Gone.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
I think they're a pretty cool little reptile.
Definitely.
Let's learn more about chameleons.
All right, enjoy.
Chameleons, the amazing rainbow reptiles.
People think chameleons change their colors to hide from predators. In truth, chameleons don't really change color to hide. They already have skin that looks like the environments which they live in. Many can also run up to 33 kilometers per hour, which is fast enough to outrun most predators. Well, if it isn't to hide, then why do they really change color?
Today's lesson is called Chameleons, the amazing rainbow reptiles, part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. And yeah, we're learning about chameleons. These amazing, it's kind of its own special type of lizard, right? And we kind of learned yesterday why it's its own special type. It is so unusual.
People think chameleons change their colors to hide from predators. Yeah, we haven't gotten to this yet. Chameleons are great for many different reasons, but you can't forget the fact that they are rainbow reptiles. They can change their colors. Why do they do this though? It's not to hide from predators. In truth, chameleons don't really change color to hide.
Interesting.
They're not trying to blend in order to hide.
You would think that if they can make themselves the color of the tree that they're hiding in, they wouldn't be seen, they wouldn't be eaten. That's logical, right? I mean, that's what soldiers would do, for example. But not chameleons. They do their own thing. It says they already have skin that looks like the environments which they live in. So even without coloring it, they'll kind of blend in because, you know, most animals do, right? Even hunting animals look like the place they're living in. Animals that are food, they have to look like their place they live in to avoid being eaten. They want to look like their environment. Your environment is basically your surroundings. And we can talk about, you know, the environmental crisis, about weather and you know, the way the rain and the earth is working in its health. But we can also just talk about the place that you are as your environment. Even if you're inside a building, if you're sitting inside a restaurant or inside a movie theater, that's your environment. For example, our school provides a safe learning environment for every student. It's not a classroom filled with broken glass and cars driving through very quickly. That would be a dangerous environment for a school.
Broken glass and speeding automobiles. Yes,
Yeah.
that's wildly, wildly dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Anyways, chameleons, they don't change color to hide. They've already adapted themselves to fit into their environment.
What
so
are they
there you
doing
go.
then?
Now there's more.
Yeah.
Many chameleons, many can also run up to 33 kilometers per hour, which is fast enough to outrun most predators. So they don't need to hide, and they can outrun their predators. So what gives? Okay,
Yeah.
well, if it isn't to hide, then why do they really change color? Why can they do this? Or why do they do this, I should say? That's the question.
Fashion.
That's the best answer I have up to this point.
Fashion.
We'll get the real answer after a break, though, so stay tuned.
It's fashion.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。关于变色龙，大家最熟知的一项特色就是会变色。那么人们认为变色龙是为了躲避掠食者而变色的，但其实并不是这样哦。它们本身已经有看起来跟它的居住环境很相像的皮肤，根本就不需要变色来融入环境。那么 environment 就是环境，它的形容词是在后面加上 al 变成 environmental， 是形容环境的或是环保的。课文下一句写到说，许多变色龙每小时可以跑高达33公里，快到足以赢过大多数的掠食者。那这边有3个重点。第一个，片语介系词 up to 在这边它是指高达、多达。例如 ，An adult elephant can eat up to 300 pounds of food per day。成年象一天可以吃下多达300磅的食物。好，第二个重点，关系代名词 which 可以用来代指前面的整个子句，这时候 which 的前面必须加逗号。例如 ，Molly is afraid of the dark, which is why she sleeps with the lights on. Molly 怕黑，这就是为什么她开着灯睡觉。那这边的 which 指的就是 Molly 怕黑这件事。有没有看到 which 前面有逗号呢？好，第3个重点，句型形容词或副词加上 enough， 再加不定词就表示够怎么样而足以怎么样。enough 在这边是当副词，那必须摆在它要修饰的形容词或副词后面。例如 Their children aren't old enough to take care of themselves. 他们的小孩年纪还没有大到可以照顾自己。好，那既然变色龙它不用变色来融入环境，而且还可以跑赢它的掠食者，为什么要变色呢？我们赶快回到课文里面来看看真正的原因吧。
Chameleons, the amazing rainbow reptiles.
One reason they do this is to show their moods. Aside from that, they might also make their skin lighter or darker to control their body temperature. Darker skin would allow them to absorb more heat. Most of the time, though, chameleons change color to stand out from their environment. When a chameleon becomes bright white, yellow, or red, it is a display of power that helps them to defend their territory. By showing themselves so clearly, they let other nearby chameleons know to stay away.
Okay, so here's the question. Why do chameleons change their color? They don't need to hide from predators, so why do they change color? Well, one reason they do this, and I'm not kidding, is to show their moods. When you're talking about your mood, you're talking about how you're generally feeling at some moment in time. Let's say you might wake up and you didn't have a good night's sleep. You might be in a grumpy mood. Now, is this permanent? Is this going to last all day long? Probably not. Your mood can change throughout the day, although, yeah, Mike is perpetually grumpy. He's always in a grumpy mood. Like an old man, yeah, waving his fist there. Anyways, though, normally, when you're talking about your mood, you're talking about your feelings, but not how you're going to feel forever, okay? For example, watching the news on TV usually puts me in a bad mood.
All right, so they change colors to show their mood. An angry chameleon or a scared or frightened chameleon might be one color, and a chameleon in love might be a totally different color. Maybe a chameleon after a good meal would be a totally different color. But there may be other reasons they can change their color as well. It says aside from that, so apart from just changing their color for their mood, aside from that, they might also make their skin lighter or darker to control their body temperature. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, as it explains. Darker skin would allow them to absorb more heat.
Okay.
Right? If you wear a dark t-shirt on a sunny day, you might feel hotter than if you wear a white t-shirt. So that kind of makes sense.
And they are reptiles. They're cold-blooded,
True.
so absorbing heat. Hey, that's a good thing for you cold-blooded animals out there. Although most of you guys are warm-blooded, as most mammals are. Anyways, most of the time though, chameleons change color to stand out from their environment.
Not to blend in.
They're not trying to blend in. They're trying to stand out. They don't want to be a part of the wallpaper, so to speak.
They want to be seen.
They want to be seen. Yes,
Very
when a chameleon becomes bright white, yellow, or red, it is a display of power that helps them to defend their territory. Yes, the fact that they can change colors like this, it scares adversaries, their enemies, let's say, other chameleons that want to move in on their territory. They go ahead and they change their color, and yes, this scares those other chameleons away. How cool.
Very, very interesting, because that's a lot of how animals communicate, by different types of displays, right? They're putting on a show. We would think of it as maybe making gestures or something. You're communicating, but without language, through your actions, right? If I walk towards you like this, I'm displaying my friendship and I'm going in for a hug, or like that, I'm going in to shake your hand. You automatically know I'm not here to beat you up or scream at you, just by the way I'm moving my body, just holding out your hand and smiling. That's a display. Or we can talk about bigger displays. Every year when Taiwan has its birthday, there's a big display and they have soldiers marching in front of the president's office and all the VIPs are there. That's a display of the power and the history of the country. So these are things that we do, actions that we take, gestures that we make to communicate, to show important ideas or messages. For example, some birds will spread their wings in a display of strength to possible mates, or like a peacock will display its tail.
Look how big I can make myself.
Yeah,
Look at me.
it's a show.
This is a display of strength, or a show thereof. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about territory, okay? When we're talking about the territory of an animal, that's that piece of land, that space the animal says, hey, this is mine. This is where I'm going to hunt, okay? And if you come in here, I am going to fight you. I'm going to defend my land, my territory. Yes, territory here is land or some space that you defend as if it were actually yours. For example, the wolf marked its territory to keep other animals out. Yeah, here's a warning. If you cross into my territory, you've got a fight on your hands. Anyways, the chameleons there, they change color, and this is why. Yeah, by showing themselves so clearly, they let other nearby chameleons know to stay away.
Oh, okay. So it would be kind of like birds kind of making themselves big or look scary to keep the neighbors from coming too close. Because you don't want people to be nearby you, especially if they're getting a little too close, because nearby already means close. It's not far, it's nearby, all right? So a typical example might be in Taiwan, there's always a convenience store nearby. You can go to a beach and there'll be a 7-Eleven right across the street or on top of a mountain. Maybe not that close by, but nearby, close by, not far. For example, a branch fell from a nearby tree, which gave me quite a scare. If the tree was 5 kilometers away, I wouldn't know, I wouldn't be scared. But if it was right, 10 meters away or 3 meters away, I might be quite scared.
Yeah,
because it's nearby.
close.
I could have been hit by that branch. Let's
Scary.
get hit by a break because we deserve it. And then we'll be back with more about chameleons.
变色龙它们变色的其中一个原因是要表现情绪。那么 mood 就表示心情、情绪。刚刚 Mike 老师故意表现出生气的样子，好，那这时候我们可以用 grumpy，Grumpy 是形容爱生气的或是脾气差的。好，课文接着写到，除此之外，它们也可能会让肤色变浅或是变深来控制体温。这边有2个重点。第 第一个片语介系词 aside from 在这边是表达除了什么之外还有怎么样，那么之后可以接名词或动名词。例如 aside from singing, she's also good at dancing. 她除了很会唱歌，也很会跳舞。第二个重点，动词 make 在这边表达使成为、使变得。那么 make 加受词加名词或形容词，就可以表达使某人或某事物成为什么，或是变得怎么样。来看两个例句 ：The news made her sad. 那个消息使她很难过。His performance in the movie made him a superstar. 他在那部电影里面的演出使他成为超级巨星。好，那么课文接着写道，大多数的时候，变色龙变色是为了在环境里面显得醒目，是故意要醒目的哦。当它变成明亮的白色、黄色或红色时，是要展现力量来捍卫自己的地盘，然后让附近的其他变色龙知道要离远一点哦。所以它是要吓走敌人。那我们可以用 adversary 这个字来表达敌手、对手、敌人。这个字是拼作 adversary adversary。好，再来看三个单字 display， 它在这边当名词，表示呈现、表现或是展示。那么 territory 可以指领土、领域，不过在课文里面它是指动物的地盘。好，再来 nearby 是当形容词，形容在附近的。那 Jeff 老师刚刚说到这个变色龙啊，它是冷血动物，而大部分的哺乳类动物是恒温动物。好，那这时候老师用到 cold-blooded 这个复合形容词，可以用来形容动物它是冷血的。还有用到 mammal 就是哺乳动物。解剖课文中。
Chameleons, the amazing rainbow reptiles.
So, if you ever see a chameleon change colors, it's because they want you to. Perhaps you could talk about that next time someone asks what you know about chameleons.
Okay, let's start wrapping things up. I think we can all agree on one thing. Chameleons are super, super cool. Why they change colors, that's a bit mysterious, you might think, but hey, it all makes sense in the end. Anyways, let's wrap things up. So, if you ever see a chameleon change colors, it's because they want you to. They want you to see them do that. They're not trying to blend in. Again, this seems mysterious, but in the end, the way that animals work, it does make some sense.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know that it's a display, then it all makes sense why they're so colorful. So it says perhaps you could talk about that next time someone asks what you know about chameleons. You can say, I know a lot about chameleons, and the first thing I know is that they don't change color to hide. They do it to show off. So here, what do you think? We've heard so many things about the amazing abilities of chameleons. So what do you think is a chameleon's coolest ability?
Oh, I think the coolest thing a chameleon can do is run at 33 kilometers per hour.
That's pretty cool.
Because that is super fast. Human beings can't come close to that. Chameleons would win in a foot race against human beings any day of the week, and I think that's pretty cool.
All right, me, I just blend into things so people couldn't see me.
But when you change colors, it's because it's a display
Yeah,
of
but I
power.
do it for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I'd run away real fast. All right, so there you go. That's what we think is the chameleon's coolest ability. What about you? Have a chat about that and come on back for more great articles very soon. Until then,
bye-bye.
Be like a chameleon and don't blend in.
看了这2天的课文，同学们有没有觉得长知识了呢？原来变色龙变色不是为了躲起来融入环境，而是要表现情绪、控制体温或是吓走敌人。所以下次如果你有看到变色龙变色的话，它可能是故意要让你看到的哦。好，那么以上今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 各位同学，大家好，我是建安老师。我们今天带大家看应答问题的直述句、陈述句。OK， 我们今天要多做一点点练习啊。接下来几天呢都会有练习啊，因为这个范围比较广，而且呢比较难捉摸，所以我们多一点点练习啊，对大家来说是好的。我们看一下。
I haven't decided who I'll vote for in the election. A. You still have plenty of time to make up your mind. B. I hope that he'll win by a large amount. C. I heard the politician used to be a lawyer.
Alright， 这一题呢，答案是第一个哈，我们来再听一次好了。
I haven't decided who I'll vote for in the election. A.
You still have plenty of time to make up your mind.
B.
I hope that he'll win by a large amount.
C.
I heard the politician used to be a lawyer.
Alright， 答案是第一个，对不对 ？I haven't decided who I'll vote for in the election. OK， 这边 who I'll vote for 是比较口语的用法哈。如果是正式的，应该要用 whom I will vote for 因为它是这个 for 的受词啊。我还没有决定要选哪一个。那 A 呢 ？You still have plenty of time to make up your mind， 还有很多时间去做决定，所以这个是答案。再来 ，I hope he'll win by a large amount， 希望他大胜，他会赢很多。但这边呢，我们不知道是谁嘛，他直接说一个 he will win， 不知道就是没有在讲，我们不知道他在讲哪一个人C 呢 ，I heard a politician used to be a lawyer， 听说这个政治家、政治人物以前是一个律师我们不知道他在讲谁 ，OK， 所以呢。回答到他最佳的回应还是第 A 就是他不知道要选谁，那我们就给他一个因为还有很多时间。好，我们来看一下第二题。
I can't find my watch anywhere.
A.
I'll write down the address for you.
B.
I think you've been watching it for too long.
C.
Let me help you look for it.
这一题答案还蛮清楚的是第三个，对不对 ？I can't find my watch anywhere， 哪边都找不到我来帮你找这边就是一个抱怨，然后这边提出一个解决方案答案是 C 这一题还蛮简单的。我们来再听下一个。
I've prepared notes for you to review about the discussion points of the upcoming conference.
A. Thanks. I'll read them on the flight. B. I'll be sure to record whatever is said. C. Sure, I'll check them out after the conference.
Alright， 这一题呢，你可能就会想要选 A 或者是 C 我们再听一次注意听一下一些关键字词
I've prepared notes for you to review about the discussion points of the upcoming conference.
A.
Thanks. I'll read them on the flight.
B.
I'll be sure to record whatever is said.
C.
Sure, I'll check them out after the conference.
Alright， 这一题答案是 A 那 C 呢？其实我觉得也很不错，可是呢，时间点上面错了。I prepared notes for you to review about the discussion points of the upcoming conference。接下来的会议呢，这个讨论的要点 ，OK， 这些笔记我帮你准备好了 ，OK。Thanks, I'll read them on the flight。在搭飞机的时候可以去读一下，所以答案是 A 那 B 呢 I'll be sure to record whatever is said 就是不管讲什么都会把它录下来，错。C 呢 Sure, I'll check them out。这边如果到这里的话就 OK， 但是 after the conference 就错了因为他说那我会议之后再看人家就是给你的东西就是要让你会议的时候讨论要用的笔记嘛，所以 C 是错的。以上是我们今天的课程内容，我是季安老师，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.